to the very initiatory episode of Journey Hotline, a series of interviews conducted by the Gavel Club of University of Colombo, where we will have up close and personal interviews with the prominent public speakers in Sri Lanka to enrich your lives with their experiences. I am Purvi Veerakul, and believe me, I am so excited to introduce you to someone who has been a member and later the president of the Gavel Club at University of Colombo. He is a proud alumnus of the University of Colombo who obtained a Bachelor of Science degree specializing in physics as well as a PhD in IT from the British Computer Society. He was an active member of Force Media as an editor, reporter, head of technical division and coordinator alongside being the president of the Gavel Club of University of Colombo. Today, he works as a teaching assistant at the UOC and holds the current position of president at the Central Colombo Toastmasters Club. And he is the PR manager of Division B of District 82 and the webmaster of District 82. Well, it's pretty clear that our guest speaker today is an all-rounder who has excelled in many fields, and his mind-blowing portfolio is fitting evidence to prove it. I'm thrilled and honored to have such a gifted personality in our podcast interview. So, without further ado, let us warmly welcome our guest speaker for today, Uditha Weerasinghe. Welcome.
Hello, Purvi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing quite fine. How are you?
Same here. So we can say that things are going pretty well, but yeah. Okay, so let's get started. So the first question is, if I were to ask who is Uditha Weerasinghe, what would your response be?
That's a very tough question, Purvi, to start off with. But I would introduce myself as a teaching assistant in physics with a bit of coding skills, who's passionate about blogging and public speaking. That's how I would introduce myself.
Okay. So you're a past pupil of Royal College. So what effect did your school life have on your journey to become a public speaker?
All right. So, Purvi, I need to make a small correction there. I was a past pupil of Uditha College and then a past pupil of Royal College. So at Uditha College, it was up and coming at that time. So we didn't have many opportunities per se that you see at a leading school like Royal College. But we were there at the beginning when there was a need for a compere. They would call, just randomly ask who would like to compere. And I was someone who was quite passionate about taking up on opportunities that came my way. And I ended up comparing quite a few school events back then. And also I was a member of 6th Colombo Scout Troop, Uditha College Scout Troop. And I had the privilege of being the host of quite a few campfires. I can't remember the correct technical name because it's been so many years, but campfire master, whatever the correct name was. I had so much fun at Uditha College doing all of that. Then I came over to Royal College, and to my dismay, there was already someone in our batch who was well established as the media personality, as the person who was the compere. So I couldn't take over anything of note there except for a couple of annual general meetings of 2 clubs and societies. But that was the comparing side. It wasn't actually public speaking. I, however, did gain a bit of an exposure to public speaking at Royal College because we had this concept of a quality speech, where someone had to go up to the front of the class and deliver a small 5-minute speech every Wednesday just after the interval. That was actually my first foray into public speaking per se. And I believe those experiences at Uditha College and at Royal College helped me a lot in my journey public speaking.
Okay. So next, being a member and later the president of the Gavel Club of the University of Colombo, it was a turning point of your public speaking journey. What was your initiative to join Gavel UOC in the first place and how it happened?
That's a very controversial question, Purvi. Because normally we say join the Gavel Club to develop your communication skills, join the Gavel Club to develop your leadership skills. We say all sorts of fancy catchphrases like that. I had no such intentions when I joined the Gavel Club of University of Colombo. I just joined there because I saw the seniors, people who were 2 years senior to me, like people like Gavel Vimuktini, Gavel Malin. Those people were so friendly and so welcoming. Unlike the experience I had at that time, my impression about seniors in the university was I was quite intimidated and I was quite scared to move about with seniors. But this group of seniors, Gavel Vimuktini especially, Situmi, Malin, Shehan, all of those who were 2 years senior to me were quite welcoming. And I thought that this would be a safe place for me to stay away from all the mental pressure of, that a normal first year would face. And that's what led me to join the Gavel Club. It wasn't anything about communication, it was nothing about leadership. It was just a safe family, a safe haven for me to survive my first few days in university. Legend would have it that I stuck around even after that.
Okay. So I'm sure joining Gavel was an opportunity to make some amazing memories. Would you like to share a few of those unforgettable memories with our audience?
Right. Memories.
Yeah, I'm sure you have a lot to tell.
Yeah, I'm trying to condense them. I'm trying to condense them into a few important milestones. Okay, so this is 2018 January, February when I first joined. So April 2018, we went on the Gavel trip. The first Gavel trip. That's my first major experience. Jungle Beach, Gaul. Gavel goes to Gaul for the 4th time recently, but Gavel went to Gaul for the 2nd time. That was my first time going to Gaul with Gavel. We went to Jungle Beach. We were in the water, and I was sitting there with Shehan De Silva, who was 2 years senior to me, Lavan Vijayasuri, who was 1 year senior to me, and Pasan Senegatha from my own batch. We were sitting there in a square. This virtual background is cutting my hand gestures, but fine. We were sitting there in a square in the water, or standing or floating in the water, and we were discussing how to pace our academic lives. So Shehan was giving us a lot of advice on how to pace our life, how to tackle certain subjects, how to face certain lecturers. And Pasan and I were soaking it in. Lavan was also putting his input into it, and Lavan was gathering how to pace the second year and how to join, how to pace our life to get selected to a physics special. That was the topic. That was my first memory in Gavel. Fast forward to about June of 2018, we had the preliminary rounds of All Island Best Gavel Speaker. And I competed in the prepared speech section and the impromptu speech section. Prepared speech, I had this whole big speech that eventually became my CC2. And Shaikh Mohammed, Gavali Shaikh Mohammed, charter president of our club, was there judging. He walks up to me and says, Mali, your speech was so good. We can't select you for the next round because of a few technicalities. Maybe you can work on your speech endings. That was the first major feedback that I got. I did, however, go through with the impromptu speech. I won the impromptu speech club contest and went through to the inter-university All Island semi-finals. There, I thought I was like, the big brain person who could do table topics at a go anywhere I went. Went there and I faced the likes of Gavalier Nipuni Pereira of University of Kelaniya, Gavalier Sajini from Vishaka Vidyalaya, Kavishka from, I don't remember where Kavishka was from. Big names in impromptu speaking. And I was just blown away. They just breezed through the competition and I was stuck for words. It was the moment that I came back down to earth. That is 2018 June. Immediately after I got knocked out of the competition, they took me into the organizing committee of Gavel Conference 2018. And I had made so many friends there, so many memories. I can't even begin to tell you all the experiences that I gained there. 2019 rolls up and we have enlivened 2019 and we were searching for a project co-chair and by then I was the webmaster of Gavel UOC. So I was like, I'm in the exco, maybe we'll leave it for someone else. But no one took it up, which means I was kind of pushed into taking it up. And if you all were there at Oration 2022, the grand finale, Toastmaster Ravindra Amendra delivered a keynote about, about a certain distinguished Toastmaster who took off his shirt to help facilitate a speech. I was the person who guarded the door for distinguished Toastmaster Weerasinghe that day. So 2019 enlivened, running to Pereira and Sons to bring snacks, running around making sure that all the judges were well looked after, making sure that the competitors were having a good time, all sorts of logistics and things like that. Running around, that was a lot of memories. Mid 2019, we have EXCO applications, and I unfortunately become the president. Made a lot of memories once again as the president. We roll up to 2020 January, and there's this annual general meeting of the All Island Gavel community. That's the organization which organizes Gavel conference. 2020 rolls by, and this is this AGM. I just walk in as the president of Gavel UOC, not looking for anything much, and they suddenly say, "Can we have nominations for the president of the All Island Gavel community?" Someone just looks back and it is Gavel Praveen from CA Sri Lanka. Just looks back and says, there's this Uditha is there. I nominate Uditha for the presidency of Gavel, All Island Gavel community. Someone seconded it, and I ended up as the president of that also. Immediately after that, we have Corona. We were about to start Oration 2020, and we had to pause that. We were tackling how to get used to this new normal. And I remember getting together with Gavelia Amaya from Moratu, Gavelia Nipuni from Kalaniya, and Gavelia Subani from Japura, who were the parallel presidents. And we were experimenting different online platforms, Google Meets, Zoom, Microsoft Teams. We tried all of those, and we settled for Google Meets. That was before we had Learn accounts. Eventually, we all condensed into Zoom, but that was the first initial attempt at doing something online. Oration 2020 was the second Gavel event, Gavel compression to be held online, because Subani's Japura jumped us and did Illuminate before us. But that was a 2 to 3 minute speech competition. We were the first to do a full 5 to 7 minute online speech competition on the Gavel stage. Made a lot of memories doing that online. Probably lost a few friends too, because we had so many people saying don't tarnish the image of Oration by doing it online. But we went through with it. We were a bit rebellious. Made a lot of memories. It was fun. Round about this time, we were organizing Gavel Conference 2020, which eventually became Gavel Conference 2021. People like distinguished Toastmaster Kampura were asking, how are you going to do a conference in the middle of a pandemic? And my answer was, we'll do it somehow. And we did it somehow. A 2-day conference in the middle of a pandemic at a hotel in Panadura. That was next level. We still have a group called the Lindalanga Sangame from that group, comprising of 11 Gaveliers from 9 different clubs who stuck around till the very end. We still hang out. We were planning to go to the first test match. Unfortunately, the petrol crisis prevented us from going there. But we still make memories from the Gavel friends that we had. I hope that was not too long and that our editors will not cut too much out of that. But yeah, those are some of the best memories that I had in Gavel.
Okay. So next, we have something fun. So we welcome you to the rapid fire segment. So here I'll be firing a bunch of questions at you, and you must answer these questions within 5 seconds. You only have 5 seconds for each question. So it doesn't have to make any sense, like your answers doesn't have to make any sense, but you can say just whatever comes to your mind. So are you ready?
Let's go for it.
Okay, let me start off with an easy question. Name your favorite food.
Pizza.
A random fact about yourself.
There are no random facts about myself.
Name 3 countries starting with the letter C.
China, Cuba, Chile.
Name something that you would carry with you to a deserted island.
Water.
Name something you have always wanted to buy, but haven't had the chance to.
An audio mixer.
Okay. Come up with a nickname for your best friend.
He already has a nickname. He's Peaceful Pasan.
Name 3 of your favorite movies.
Insert 3 random Marvel movies there.
Okay. So just imagine you were Peter Parker, and what would your initial reaction to be meet another Peter Parker from an alternative universe? Okay, nice. Is your glass half full or half empty?
Both.
Name someone you would switch lives with for a day if you were given the chance to do so.
No one.
What is your point of view about life in one sentence?
It's long.
Okay. So, well, that was such an enjoyable rapid fire round. It was an intense session that you are probably out of breath, but I think we all had so much fun. So, all right, going back to where we stopped, we come to the 5th question. So, you yourself is a champion speaker. How do you think the ability to effectively and competently communicate adds value to you and your personality?
Ability to effectively communicate. It adds a lot of value for me. Like, the thing about effective communication is, like, people have so many ideas. Like, how many lectures have you been to in the university where you don't understand jack about what they're talking about, right? No offense to all the lecturers, they've done so much in their fields. They have so much knowledge, but some have a lack of ability when it comes to communicating what they know. Like, I am in the academic path, like you mentioned at the beginning, majored in physics. I'm a teaching assistant now, looking forward to go for higher studies, going along in that academic journey. And I believe that my communication skills will help me stand out in my field. More or less that.
So, I think one of the biggest challenges we all face at school and university is balancing our academic work with the extra activities we take part in. Even our parents tell, okay, don't do that. You won't be able to do your studies. What was your strategy to balance these 2 important factors in your life?
My important strategy is plain and simple. It's time management.
Okay.
I've been asked this question. I was asked this question actually a week from, I don't know when you are going to publish this, or less than a week from when we are recording this, right? I was asked this at an informal session just after a meeting at Central Colombo Toastmasters, where we had a young Toastmaster who was asking me, she was struggling with time management. She was struggling with balancing the Toastmasters club with her academics, her work. And my answer to that was, we all have 168 hours a day, hours a week. We all have 168 hours a week, right? And if we put 68 hours of that for eating, sleeping, having all those life chores that we do, which is more or less enough. Believe me, I tried 68 hours working from home. I can get 8 hours of sleep, no worries. We have 100 hours left. And it's how we utilize those 100 hours that determine what we do. You've probably heard of Elon Musk's 80-hour work week, right? When it comes to academic, if we do 15 credits a semester, that is 50 hours a week, 50 hours of 50 notional hours of work per week. That means you have 50 hours remaining to do whatever you like. Now, in my case, I sometimes did 18 credits a semester, so that was 60 hours. I still do tuition classes. That's about 15 hours of work per week, right? I was a part of 6 or 7 clubs and societies in the university. That's another 15 hours. I still have 20 hours left to watch a movie, to kick back and relax, to talk with my friends, right? It's all about time management. That's how you balance. There's nothing more to that. That is the same at school, same at uni.
Okay, so balancing is an essential part of our life. So we come for the seventh question. Today, you are the president of the Central Toastmasters Club,
Central
which is an
Colombo Toastmasters.
exceptional, okay, which is an exceptional achievement. What sort of experiences did you gain by joining the corporate world as a Toastmaster?
I didn't join the corporate world per se. I didn't
Okay.
join the corporate world, but yeah. So as the president of Central Colombo Toastmasters, I'm just starting out. I am still just 2 weeks into my presidency, so I'm yet to
Okay.
learn a lot. I have a lot to learn. We have our officer training program coming up next Saturday, so I'll probably learn a lot more there. But in Toastmasters, what I learned was the biggest thing that I learned from joining Toastmasters, was that people have so many different agendas. People try to push you in so many different ways to fulfill their own agendas. But then you have your own plan, you have your own agendas. So how do you balance the people that you meet? It's not like university where we are in this safe shell. We have a university system. We have this safeness inside university. Back in school, we had that safety net around us. This is different. There are people who are like twice my age, who are like, "Uditha, you need to do this. You should do this way." Then there are people who are roughly my age who have gone up the ladder way faster than me, and they are like, "No, no, you don't need to do it that way. You need to do it this way." Now, if I do it the way that the person who's twice my age suggested, probably the person who was roughly my age but is up the ladder might get offended. If I do it the other way, then the other person might get offended. So it's a whole game of cat and mouse, how to not get offended, how to not offend people, how to not get offended yourself, and how to still achieve those objectives that you have set for yourself amidst all the chaos that is going around. That's probably the biggest difference that I noticed, and that's what I'm looking forward to tackling in my presidency, in this coming 11 and a half months of my presidency.
Yeah, life is always challenging, and especially when we step out from our safe zone, it's a bit difficult. So, to wrap up our interview, what does Gavel mean in your life? And what advice do you have for our aspiring public speakers?
The meaning that Gavel has in life, it was like legit my safe haven. So that is why I still come when you all say, "Uditha, we are doing this event, can you make it?" And if I have a free slot, I'm always there. Because it was that safe haven to me, and I've gained a lot from all the seniors that I've met. And I hope to be that same senior to the bunch of juniors that are out there. So that is what Gavel is to me. It's my safe haven. I've gained a lot, and I want to give back as much as possible. For all the young Cavaliers out there who are watching this, my advice to you is take that first step. Grab that opportunity the moment that you see it. Because if I didn't grab the opportunities that came my way, I wouldn't have done as much as I've done. If I didn't step up on that stage that one time, I wouldn't have made as many speeches as I've done. You've probably heard that phrase that gets said around when someone joins the club for their very first meeting and they do a table topic. And there's this phrase that I've heard quite overused. You're a legend. You're a legend in Gavel because you did a table topic on your first meeting. We say that. That first came because I was nervous to do a table topic on my first day, and my best friend who came to the club went up on stage and did a table topic. And I felt so bad about myself for not doing a table topic on my first day that eventually when I did give a table topic evaluation, I had someone who did a table topic on their first day, and I just blurted out because I had nothing to say, "You're an absolute legend because you did a table topic on your first day." Take those opportunities because it's those opportunities that define you.
Yes. Okay, and with that, it's time that we take your leave. Today's interviews has been an exceptional one, and it was an amazing kickstart to our series of podcasts. Before wrapping things up, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks on behalf of the Gavel Club of University of Colombo to Uditha Weerasinghe for taking his time off his busy schedule to join us with this interview. It truly was an eye-opening session, and we were able to get a sneak peek into your amazing experiences in life. We wish you all the very best in all your future endeavors and keep being an inspiration to everyone around you as you always do. All
Thank
right
you,
then.
Purvi. Thank you, Purvi. Thank you to the Gavel Club of University of Colombo for having me. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure to have you here. All right then. We'll see you guys next time with an equally interesting interview with an exceptional personality. Please feel free to drop a comment down below in the comment section, as we are eager to hear about your ideas and suggestions. Well then, it's Puri Pirakun signing off with the whole crew. Hope you have an amazing day, and remember, success doesn't come with luck, but it comes to you with hard work. Thank you. Have a nice day.